Alright, so I'm here. Demetrius, the Juice Man.
What's up? What's
How
up?
you doing? You
I'm
good?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
I'm glad you gave me some quality time on your Saturday, your busy Saturday.
Yeah, a little bit. Chill Saturday.
Chill Saturday. Yeah. You got a crazy week coming up next week.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not
comedy show? So just talk about how you got that whole thing started with the Why Not Comedy Show and where that came about.
Originally it started from obviously me and Russ, we've been friends since middle school, 7th grade, 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been coming out here since he's been drafted to Oklahoma City. So I come out helping with his camps, come out kind of hang out, go to the games. And so I've been doing comedy for about 4 years now. So I was like, I think about 4 years ago, we was chopping up with different people at the camp, and then people was laughing. Oh yeah, as I see you just start doing comedy, I'm like, yeah, you should do a show here.
Yeah.
And then they put that in my head, and then afterwards, me and Russ was eating, we was talking. I'm like, bro, you think we could really do a show here? Can I do a show here? He was like, yeah, so if you do the leg work and connect the dots, and it makes sense, so I'll help you. We can do it. And then from there, I just so I went back home. A couple weeks later, I right away started working out the details, finding the venue, making calls, got the logistics down. Then called him like, yo, bro, what's up? And then from there, the next year, we put it out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So how did you get your start in the comedy? Talk about that.
I got my start on accident. So I had a friend that was a comedian. So a lot of people may not know, but I played basketball in college too. So I was up.
He's a hooper.
Yeah, I did a little bit. So I was up north at the time. I actually led my team in minutes, points, assists, and turnovers.
Okay.
But yeah, turnovers. But I did my thing.
Yeah.
But going into my last year, I messed up my lower back.
Okay.
So then I came home. At the same time, my mom got sick. My mom had a livers gave in because my mom used to drink heavy. So thank the God, she don't drink no more. She healthy now, so she
definitely that's a blessing.
She kind of collapsed. So she collapsed like about a week before the season started. And on top of that, I had my lower back. So I ended up coming back home. Different things going on with home and school, so they took my scholarship away. So I ended up coming back home. I was trying to take care of my mom's. Obviously, my stepdad passed about a year and a half before that, so I was dealing with that. And so I didn't get a job. So I ended up getting a job at El Pollo Loco. That's, people don't know, flame boiled chicken. Flame boiled chicken,
Yeah.
So I started working there, and from there I was going through a lot of things, dealing with life and changing. One of my boys was a comedian. Like, yo, bro, just come out to the show. I'm like, all right, bet. I went to the show, whatever. And then, out the blue, like one comedian performed, next comedian went on stage after that. He was like, coming to the stage, I clapping up for Juice. I'm just like, what? I didn't know I was on the show. So, people, and it was a packed show, so everybody was clapping like, yo, go, baby, go, try it. They was like, I hate that it was a supportive crowd that night. They were super supportive.
That's what's up, though.
So I ended up, they talked me into it. I took a shot before. I didn't get loose. I was nervous. I've never been on stage before.
You gotta get loose.
So I went on stage and got that first laugh, and then I kind of freestyled by my day at work. I got that laugh, and from there I was hooked.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So your friend put you on.
Yeah, just off the blues. It's like, here, I'm like,
that's what's up, man. That's what people. That's the type of stuff that people want to know about how you got your start.
Right.
And what would you tell people about Demetrius though? They know Juice, but how would you describe yourself?
I mean, I feel like for people who saw me on stage or been seeing me on stage, I'm starting to come into come to my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I mean, off stage, just Demetrius, Juice, I'm goofy, just off normal. I'm a goofy person.
Yeah.
This is my personality, but I'm also I'm a serious person. I know how to mix it up. I really love the business side, the logistics of business, and the logistics of putting together a show, or producing a show. And for a lot of people don't know, it's a lot of work and effort that comes with just doing the show. You don't just go do a show, and that's just that side of it. And the comedy side is just not just show up and make people laugh. It's a whole craft to it. It's a whole learning curve and process to it.
I got you. So you was talking about your family, your struggles with your mom, with the drinking and stuff like that. How did those moments, propel you to get to where you are now as a man and even as a comedian? Like, just talk about that growth that you had to overcome and what it got you to right now.
It kind of just motivated me. It kind of gave me that feel like to want more, to kind of, I feel like I can help my mom so much more if I'm able to, financially be set, financially help her, kind of lead by example type of thing. And on top of that, just with people who come to my shows and come to me, I want to be able to talk about real stuff and kind of real things I went through and overcame.
Yeah.
So with that's something that I talk about on stage is my mom going through that and different struggles of me being raised in a motel, different struggles of us. My mom being a single black woman taking care of 3 kids.
Same.
With a missing dad that's not around. So.
I got you. So just talk about how she looks at it now. You know, obviously you're probably her favorite comedian. You know what I'm saying? So how was that feeling when she first saw you on stage? Did she see you on stage? Yeah.
Well, the first time I was out the blue. So, but when I was actually knew I was on the show, my mom came out. She supported. She was there. She always been supportive since. It took her a little bit of a while to come around because when I first started, because I was super business savvy with it, so I was spending my money, and at the time my mom was paying the rent by herself, and I barely was making money, so I was buying logos, getting websites, I was doing the other stuff, and my mom was like, "Yo, not really feeling it." But luckily, like 4, 5, 6 months down the road, it kicked off. And once it kicked off, she was like, "Okay, now it makes sense. That's my baby."
Yeah.
And from there, she's just been really supportive. And like, even she just watched my last news interview. She called like, "I'm your biggest critic. I thought you sounded really well. You articulated your words great. I'm proud of you. I can see how you're growing from when you first started." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks."
Definitely. Now talk about your inner battles as far as coming up in South Central and just what that means to you to overcome those hurdles, because society puts us in a tough situation, a tough spot. Being an inner city kid myself, I know that. So just talk about overcoming that to get to where you are now and propelling and seeing Russ there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even just watching, even for me on the outside looking in, I mean, Russ is one of my close friends, of course, but just from what he's doing for the city and what he's doing for the inner city of Los Angeles, South Central, is amazing. Just to show somebody to come from. He wasn't always MVP, back-to-back triple double. Yeah. He wasn't that before. He was a underground kid hooping, not really known, not really ranked kind of low. Going to a school that wasn't at the time known for basketball. We made our high school, losing high school, shouts out. We made the basketball powerhouse. We made that something. So for him to be doing what he's doing, kind of motivated not just his city or the people in LA, but his friends. So for me, I always think, why not? I'm always trying to be that same, make my same market to my field, comedy the same way.
Now, when you first brought up the idea, "Hey Russ, this is what I want to do."
Yeah.
Did he laugh about it, like, "Come on, Juice, you know what I'm saying?" Or did he looked at the business aspect and was like, "You know what? Let's get this together. Let's make sure we put it together. Make sure we have a great show."
Yeah.
Because now y'all done it. Y'all shut down Oklahoma City numerous years.
Yeah.
So just talk about how that all came about. And the first initial thoughts.
I feel like the first initial thought because now we heard it from someone else, like some of the kids and some of the parents at camp. Because I already was doing comedy at that time for a year and a half. So I already was putting in leg work, and he's already saw my grind. I didn't have a car at the time, so I was catching the bus. He saw I was sleeping on one of my friend's couches. He saw the work. He saw I was serious with it.
Okay.
At that time, I already produced like 25 shows.
Wow.
So I already had that going. So when I came to him, he's just like, "All right, well, it make business sense if the logistics if you got it, if you got the numbers and you put in the work, I'll support you and we'll make it happen." With Russ, he's always been a supportive friend. He won't give you like he'll always put you in a situation or around people to succeed, and from there you gotta put in the work to get to the next level.
Got you. And you can kind of tell about how he is on the court too. That's the same way. So on and off the court, he's like that.
Yeah.
Last year you showed that special moment with you and Russ.
Yeah.
Where you were laughing and
he didn't know that was coming.
He didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, he didn't know that was coming.
So my thing is just talk about him as a friend growing up. Because a lot of people say they know Russ or they seen him and they played against him and this, that, and the third, but you was actually his friend. Just talk about him as a person growing up and what he stood for in a moment maybe nobody knows about that you shared with him that you would want to share.
I just feel like as a friend or as a teammate, as a brother, just me seeing Russ evolve so much over the years. It's a lot of traits that he had from jump. Like he always been competitive. He always been determined. He always been a hard worker, and he always had the chip on his shoulder. So that's some things that he always had. But a lot of people don't know he always had a sense of humor. He always been funny. Like our group alone, we talk trash all day. That's what we do. Like we in a group chat where all of us like 6, 7. All we do is talk trash all day.
That's what's up.
And so he always been a funny dude. He always been like this down to earth, super chill. Because it was a time when he wasn't a superstar. He still to us is the same. Like we hang out the same. I probably talk the most trash to Russell in our group because it's like that. Well, I've always done that. It's no different.
Nothing changed.
So for me, it's just really, if anything, I'll say it's his sense of humor.
Okay.
It's his spirit. He got a great spirit to him.
Definitely.
He's a great friend, super supportive.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. So now transitioning back over to you.
Yeah.
My thing is, you had to have some good moments on stage and some bad moments on stage. So you gotta tell me what was your best moment, your best achievement to you, and then also what was your worst moment or achievement that or situation that happened that you overcame that situation and then made the best of it. So what was the best and the worst?
When it comes to the worst, there's multiple. When you first start off,
but you gotta fall first before you know what I'm saying. You gotta crawl before you walk.
Yeah, you gotta fall a lot in comedy. Like comedy is, like I said, I tell people all the time. Comedy is not like basketball. Like we can your shot not falling. You know, you can just I'm gonna stay after practice and when nobody here gets some shots up, or after a game, I'm gonna stay in there and just shoot and nobody see how many shots I'm missing. But by the time I get done, my shot gonna be water. It's not. Comedy is you gotta take those shots in front of people you don't know who paid money to see you and figure it out as you go.
That's true.
And so I took a lot of bad just stumbles while I was going through it. Mm-hmm. That's just part of it. But it's just part of it. If I had to pick a moment in particular, it would have to be the first time I did someone else show. When I got booked for my first show with someone else, I guess they heard a lot of great things about me, so they put me at the end. For people who don't know,
that's the headline.
So I closed the show, and so I would close the show a year and a half doing comedy. Did 20 minutes. I'm like, I got this heat. I remember coming out there, and I was on stage, and I'm telling all these jokes. At this time, people leaving. It's barely people there.
Oh, wow.
People tired. People sleep. And I'm doing my best material. Everybody's just like. I remember I was sweating so much and I kept trying. I worked so hard. I probably made out of 10, it was probably 3. 1 through 10 on the set. It was probably 3. It was real tough. So afterwards I had to, all right, that's my time. Thank you for listening to me. And then I heard
oh damn!
I was like, oh my god, that was for me one of the worst.
That's probably, but that made you better. So
it made me better.
So what was your best moment?
And it taught me I'm not ready to close the show yet. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that open. Let me get that second.
Let me get that second.
That second spot is a sweet spot. Let me get that second spot. I'm good.
Everybody's drinks flowing at that point.
Because after that, everybody already got that second drink. Now you having a good time coming to the stage. You like, hey! For me, that's what I learned. But the best time would have to be last year. At the White Night Comedy Show, the second comedy show. Just the reaction from the audience, the energy of the show, the whole show itself was surreal. Yeah. I remember one time, and this is just the show itself. I did really well on stage as well. I remember one time I got off stage and I was just walking through the crowd, and I was the interaction. I remember that. I was just like. Yeah. And I remember it was someone on stage and it was so loud, and I went back and you can't walk through I'm like, wow. That to me was surreal. I'm like, they doing that for me. At one point, I was taking so many pictures. I was like, y'all know Russ here, right? I know Russ.
That's what's up, though.
And for me, that was a surreal moment. The whole show, top to bottom, just to see it grow from the first year to what it did last year. Yeah. And now with the hype and the energy that's coming to this one is going to be amazing. I don't know what to expect. So it may be this one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to re-ask that question later.
We're going to have to.
Yeah.
The crazy thing was last year was my first time going. And every other time it was I was either in Boston or I was visiting family or something. Yeah. So when you all reached out to me, I was like, I definitely got to go. I was like, I'm in the city. I was like, let's make it happen.
Right.
And the audience, that atmosphere in there was crazy.
Yeah, it was
you know what I'm saying? It was crazy because it was people in there for you. You know what I'm saying? It was Russ is there too.
Yeah.
You had your Russ moment, but it was everybody showed that love to you, and I know that was important to you to see that. You know what? I did the right thing. We putting this together. We making it happen. So to see that overall, I was definitely impressed. And from the outside looking in, I was like, man, they put together a great show. I'm over there trying to do media and I'm laughing. You know what I'm saying? I'm over there, my videos is all jacked up. I'm like,
that's what you want though.
You know, but that's exactly what it was, and it was a great atmosphere. So leading up to this one now, what can people expect for the third one now? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, every year every time I feel like I remember Jay-Z when he got a song. Every project you treat like it's your last, it's your first. How is it first is last?
First is last.
So first is your last. So
yep.
Every project, every show, I always want to make that my greatest one.
Okay.
And that's as you should. But for this one in particular, like just because of the mindset going into this show is so different.
Yeah.
You gotta think like the first year, my main focus was just on making the show happen. Like I just wanted to make the show happen, and we ended up getting a good amount of people to come out. Then the second year was I want to sell out the show. So the focus was to sell out the show, which we did.
Y'all definitely did.
And then this year was well, we know the show gonna happen. We know like attendance gonna be pretty well this year. We know we gonna get the numbers we want. So now I was able just to focus on who do I want on the show, the actual product itself, which is the show. Like we add in a lot of different twists and turns to this year's show.
Definitely.
From the comedians, we took it to the next level to what we got like a special thing we gonna do with the introduction. Can't tell y'all what yet, but the introduction about to be solid. From the way we decorate the room to the way when everyone leaves, it's just a whole different feel that I was able to create and take it to that next level.
I got you. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the show. I think it's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
How did how does it go? How's the process? Because I'm not in the comedy scene, but how's the process of actually getting a comedian of a Gary Owens to join the show? What's that process? Break it down and just talk about what it means to you to have a heavy hitter like that on your show.
The process is a long process. First it got to make sense for. And when it's a partnership. So when you bringing in a comedian on that level, it has to make sense where it helps him branding wise, and of course if I'm reaching out to him, it helps me branding wise. Yeah. And then from there it's negotiating, figuring out the dates. Like if he's available this date, then then that's the next. The next date is negotiating, of course, because people in that value, you gotta come up with the money, negotiate the money, the situation of the show, and then from there you gotta certain comedians on that level, you gotta appeal to their needs. So you got different things that you have to. Can you do this? Can you do that? Is it gonna be a driver? Then you gotta make sure you can provide these things that they're used to.
Yep.
And then from there, once that get done, you sign the dotted line, and then you make it happen, and then you put it together the show, and you make it where it makes sense. And that's kind of where it was. It sounded like easier than it was. It was about a 3-month process.
It sounds easy. I'm about to say
a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of back and forth. I can't do that, but I can do this. There was a lot of back and forth. Yeah. And then from there, you start from the top, and then you work the way down from the other comedians. I know a lot of people really love Ron Taylor. He came to the show
last year. Yep.
People really loved him, so I'm like, we gotta bring him back. And then this year, I'm like, all right, well, I want to do something a little different. I've been out here a little more. I want to find a comedian in the state of Oklahoma. So I got a woman from the state of Oklahoma. Her name is Yasmin. She's Persian. I believe she's Persian. She's a beautiful woman, funny. She's gonna really bring a whole different dynamic to the show.
Yep.
And then I wondered, from there, I'm like, all right, well, who else can I bring out here that Oklahoma haven't saw before that I know they'll love? And then I decided to bring my boy BT Kingsley, he's a headlining comedian doing this thing. He's about to take off. Like he'll be mainstream in the next year or two for sure.
Okay.
He had 2 specials with Kevin Hart. Just got back to doing the festival in Canada. Killed that.
Wow.
He touring around colleges throughout the country. Funny dude. Like he's a headliner himself.
Gotcha.
So the show has 2 headliners on it.
So 2 headliners.
It's 2 headliners on the show.
That's gonna be crazy.
And then Ron
he was funny last year.
Funny, and in his own right, he's a headliner in different cities and different shows. So
definitely. He's from Detroit, right?
Yeah, from Detroit. Originally BT, originally from Sacramento. Shout out to Sacramento. I come down there a lot with BT and do some shows with him. Okay. And then it's gonna be fun.
I'm looking forward to it. The hype is there. Yeah. Everybody's been supporting, promoting, and just putting it out there. And I think overall, the people that missed out on last year is like, I got it.
Tickets went a little faster this year, so that's why I made sure, when we doing so much media this year been crazy. Like we did a lot of different news interviews, radio interviews, different people interviewing me. So I wanted to make it fair with people who haven't heard about it yet, which is crazy if you haven't. But if you haven't, so what we did was when we got to a certain amount of tickets, I stopped selling tickets. So we sold out. So we technically sold out 2 months ago. But from there, I said the last 150 tickets. When I do my media runs every other couple of days, I'm gonna release 10 tickets.
Okay.
So to then and now, we've been releasing 10 tickets per week almost.
Okay.
And so now that we go into the final week, we got about 30 tickets left. So on Monday, we're gonna just let them out.
Okay, so we got 10 for the people watching this.
Yeah, so we got at least 10 for the people watching this. So and on Monday we're gonna just throw out the final 30 tickets.
Okay.
And then do it.
All right, we're gonna make it happen. Hey, y'all see that 10 tickets? You know what I'm saying? For everybody that's covering, you following Sneaker Reporter, Juice, you already know we coming with it. So who are your 10? So who were your favorite comedians growing up? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, Martin Lawrence.
Okay, you remind me of Martin a lot.
I
ain't gonna lie.
Lawrence, I know. Shout out to Martin Lawrence. He touring now.
Yeah.
I missed a couple of it. Haven't caught his show yet, but I've been trying to catch it.
Yeah.
Definitely Martin Lawrence. Cat Williams.
Cat Williams.
Definitely
That's one
Cat
of my
Williams.
favorites too.
Eddie Griffin. I'm a huge fan of Eddie Griffin. You gotta go Bernie Mac. Come on.
Bernie Mac, that's the guy, man.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, of course.
Murphy.
And then on the business side, definitely Kevin Hart. K Hart, what he's doing with the business side is different. I really respect the platforms he's created and doors he's opening for a lot of people. And so I really gotta give him a lot of respect. And then overall, I'm just like I'm a fan of comedy right now. I'm still going into my 4th year. I think March should actually be my full 4th year.
Oh wow!
My full 4th year of comedy. So I'm basically a senior in high school in comedy. So with that being said, I'm learning so much. There's so many people that I'm still learning. So I just like overall just like to just hang out. When I'm in LA or I'm out, I just go to shows, just hang out.
Just to hang out and
just
get
hang
that
out,
atmosphere.
just learn, just listen. Like I watch. Oh, that's how he tied that joke back, and I just make a note of that, and I go back to my set, and I kind of tweak it and edit it for myself.
Okay. Now, who's somebody in the comedy game that gives you that you go to for that word of advice, or who's that big homie? You know, everybody has that big. Yeah. Who's that person for you that you actually be like, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about tying this joke together. I'm trying to do this. So who's the one that does it for you? For me, like I said, that's why I'm so excited about this show. Is 2 people on the show. Okay. So Ron, he's younger than me, but he's been doing comedy 8 years, I believe, 8 years. So okay. So
Ron is a funny dude. I like the way how he spins jokes, how he thinks. So I always go to Ron and be like, yeah, what you think about this? Can you help me with this? Can we tweak this? Mm-hmm. I think he's been a great big bro in the sense of comedy and the comedy world for me and looking out for me. And then the other one is my guy, like I said, BT Kingsley. Like that's my dude. Like since I came in comedy, like he's been riding for me, been supporting, connecting me with people, helping me, giving me advice, letting me go over his house, tweaking my jokes when he's been busy. He would take time out of his day. Just for him coming to do the show, he was booked. He had to make some moves. Oh wow! Make a little less money just to come out here, which is show how much love
love right there.
He has for me, and I really got a lot of respect for him. And then on top of BT just introduced one of my boys. His name is Lance Woods. Okay. Lance is from SAC too. BT he introduced me to him about a year ago, and he let me come to his house. Never knew me, didn't know me. He
brought you in.
Let me stay at his house. Put me on 6 shows. He's touring with Tony Robbins. Mm-hmm. So he allowed me to get on a couple shows with them, which was dope. And since then, he's been a big influence of helping me.
Do you sit back and think about it like, man, I'm actually doing this? Like, do you sit back and appreciate what you're doing and acknowledge these achievements that you're having? You know, because a lot of these people, especially Russ, I see it in Russ. He'll get the triple-double record or something like that, and he's like, I appreciate it, but there's another goal. Yeah. Just talk about what it means to you from the outside looking in at yourself, like what you've accomplished. You're setting different precedents for